One of the other things I'm always asked about small gardens is what can I use to get color? What can I use to get a real oomph in my garden? Well, let's carry on the small garden theme, and today we're going to talk about this. It's a beautiful little wall planter, and look at that. Cool. So what are your options? What can you plant inside here? For sun, guys, I love these. This is a cascading petunia, this is a salmon, and you'll find them in your local garden centre all like this with the little hangers on them. Petunias, remember, need lots of sun. The most important thing about them as well is, take a look close in here. Do you see that little guy is now going over? He's nearly finished. You want to just nip it off, all right? The more you do that, the more this little guy is just going to carry on flowering and flowering and flowering. Another sun option, which I love, is this guy over here. This is called Scaviola, purple fanfare, beautiful, tough, a really good plant for either the edges of borders, putting it near a raised garden, and of course in hanging baskets or in wall planters like this. And then look at these. I mean, doesn't this take you back? Dahlias, I remember them fondly from my grandmother's garden. The gerryhoek, which used to give you dinner plate size flowers like this. I mean, really looking like almost cactus. Now, for the smaller gardens, they're these little guys over here. Beautiful. They don't get too big. They will die down in the winter, but then they come up again. So remember where you've planted them. The other colors as well. Look at this shocking pink. I mean, don't you want to eat it? It's so yummy. Tough little customers that will give you months and months and months of pleasure right throughout the summer. Okay. Then, for shade, look at this fuchsia. Fuchsias are glorious. And besides all the rumors that go around that they are really, really difficult to grow, they're not. They need a lot of shade. They need to be out of an area that gets wind. That's what they don't like, is the wind. Keep them in a shaded spot. Remember to feed them. And once they've finished flowering, like if this guy's finished, you're just simply going to pinch it back here, which is going to encourage it to flower again. So here's some really cool options for the shade, for the sun. Let's get these babies out the way, and I'm going to go through this step by step and show you what herbs you can put in this cool guy. So let's take a look at this cool little gadget. All right, one thing is, when you've planted it up and you know that there's bad weather coming, so you grab it by the little handles, take it out, and put it away in safety. I dig that. All right, but more importantly, take a look in here. It's got a 3-liter capacity for water. So watering becomes a non-issue, which is really important for window boxes and hanging baskets if you've tried to grow one before. This over here is your little water meter. So we pop that little guy in there. There's your minimum, there's your maximum. And then, because we want everything to look really cool, and this is quite modern, it comes with gravel, which has already got a bit of a fertilizer in it. So what happens is, as the water permeates, so it also can feed the plant. So what we do as first step is to take the gravel, and we're simply going to line the base of our planter. We know that the gravel's been kept separate because of the little layer of mesh there, and there we have it. All right, we are good to go. All right, folks, so let's sort out our potting soil mixture. In here, I've got some potting soil, really important because you want to give your plants the best start that they can have. In it, I'm going to add my favorite, which is coconut peat. And look what you do. You just take it like that. Gently, it just breaks up. The point about the coconut peat is that it's light and it holds moisture. Really important, okay? I'm going to use as a ratio 1 part of my coconut husk to 4 parts of potting soil. So I'm probably going to need about 4 scoops of this. And then 1 or 2 handfuls of some Atlantic Bio Ocean, and that's going to make sure that we're giving this potting soil all that it needs. Okay, once it's all mixed in, let's get back to that gorgeous container. What we've got to do is add a bit of our gorgeous mixture in. There we go, just simply drop it in there. You're not going to need a lot of medium for this because, and it obviously all depends on the type of plants you're going to be adding in. But I'm going to be using some gorgeous herbs. So a nice little layer at the bottom. And let's talk about what we're going to put in here. I've got this lovely little patio tomato, and it literally is called a patio tomato because it doesn't get too big, all right? Gorgeous little bite-sized, juicy, sweet tomatoes. And we know that next to tomato, basil loves growing because basil makes tomatoes sweeter. And of course, when you're also eating tomatoes, join them together, pop them together because they work so beautifully. And then on the outside of that, I'm going to put a celery. I dig celery. Okay, so out these babies come. We're going to start off, remember when we're transplanting, grab it over here, give it a squeeze, out it comes. Look at all those gorgeous roots. Okay, and then pop this baby in here in the middle. Yummy. Okay, and then my little basil, and this is one of the smaller basils because I love it. It's gorgeous. It really is a beautiful mauve flower. And then obviously after that it is going to die, but that's what basils do, and that's what sweet basil does as well. If you don't want it to die, then break off the flowers, because if you pinch off the flowers, it simply continues. My lovely celery, and you'll notice, look at the difference in the roots. Celery is an excited veggie to grow. All right, pop this baby in over here. Okay, gorgeous. All right, make sure you get your spacing nice and evenly. Okay, and then the easy part comes. All we do now is take our trowel, and all we do is we fill in to where the gaps are. We're going to be adding in the water into this 3-litre well, so as the plants are needing it, so they're sucking it up through the gravel and feeding the plants. All right, now have a look here. While we're busy filling it up, you're going to see the little moisture meter is going to start going up. There he goes, there he goes. So you'll never overwater or underwater. And I love that because it's one of the main reasons why plants die. Because, you know, we think they need more and more water. And in fact, most times we kill plants just with pure kindness. And there we go. The tank is full. All we do now is pop that on. And the rest is easy, guys. Find a spot where you're going to put it. Remember, herbs, veggies need a minimum of 5 hours sunlight a day. And that's it. Gardening in small spaces can be fun.